Anyway, all right,
Whatever.
let's talk about this. And this isn't an official review. This is just an anime that you watched a while ago. And you told you that you watched a while ago. It's been on a lot of people's lists. It was released in 2011, and a lot of people liked it. And I heard about it. It was on my Mal to watch list, and you got your snaky hands on it before me.
Always snaky.
Sneaky, sliding in the snake.
Whatever. How is it snaky? Because I watched it before you did.
Sneaky.
Whatever.
I always come first. That's why I'm the Don number one. Right?
That's what you say to yourself in the mirror. I do not say that at all. You say that, every day to yourself. I don't need to listen to that. I watch what I want, when I want.
All right, you want to say, we're going to be talking about today, kind of just briefly, is called Anohana, the flower we saw that day. And this isn't, we'll talk about it we're just going to talk about it normally, no breaking it down into characters. We'll just mash it all together. But before we just talk about it, let me just say the little thing I wrote down, which was...
you go ahead.
Yeah, Anohana is an 11-episode drama romance anime produced by A1 Pictures and directed by Tatsuyaki Nagai. A manga adaptation has begun recently. No, a manga adaptation is about to be released next month.
Really?
Yeah, so it actually wasn't based off a manga. The anime is the original creation. And that's all I've written down, really, because it's not a very long anime, What do you think of this anime? What's it about? You tell us what it's about.
Well, it's just about a group of close childhood friends who have now entered high school and have kind of grown apart. I don't know. I don't really want to spoil it because we had this whole argument before we got on there about what I can and can't say, which is really annoying. So now I feel like I can't say anything.
Okay, you know what? Nuance is right. Basically, me and Nuance have been disagreeing about... You know what? Let's bring the audience in, because when you watch anime, yeah, and you're reviewing it for the listeners, it's hard to decide what you want them to know and what you feel like is a spoiler. With this anime, let me take you through this, people, and Nuance, because this is how I see it. Certain elements of this anime, to me, if you say them, it's kind of a spoiler. But what the anime is about a girl that dies. It's about a group of friends and a girl that has died, okay? And how the friends' relationship has basically deteriorated and...
changed, and where they're in their lives. Since the loss of their friend.
Since the loss of their friend. And when the anime starts, I don't even have the guy's name, which is really bad, the main guy's name. Jinta, he's with the girl that dies, okay? This is the issue me and you want to say having, yeah?
He's not with the girl that dies.
All right, he's with the girl that has died.
What you mean?
Okay.
Oh, now we fucked it up.
No, listen, let me explain,
I want to explain away.
This is what me and you are arguing about, yeah? Whether the girl is a ghost or whether the girl is a figment of his imagination... Obviously, you need to watch anime to find out. Nuance believes she knew which one of the two it was from the get-go.
Because it was as plain as day.
Okay. Now, what I'm saying is, when you watch the anime, it's not 100% whether it's... If a guy says, a girl that died 5 years ago, he sees it all the time, off the bat, you're going to think the guy's crazy, all right? But obviously, as the viewer, we're watching it, things are happening that, this girl must be actually a ghost. Just because he's the only one that can see her doesn't mean that she's not a ghost, because she's picking up shit and she's doing shit like writing on the walls. But then I'm like to Nuance, but ain't you seen Fight Club?
But this ain't no Fight Club.
No, but I'm saying there's anime where the guy could be crazy. The guy could be doing shit without him knowing it. How do you know?
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is... Yeah, that this is a coming-of-age, kind of daily life kind of anime. So from the beginning, I knew that the boy weren't crazy.
It's an assumption on your part, though.
Maybe
That's
it's an
not.
assumption, but when you actually see the intro and the outro, the way it's all laid out for you, you know full well that this boy is not crazy.
All right, before we go off the rails, that's the problem me and you want to have, yeah.
That
But
you
what I
decided to argue about for like 20 minutes before we even started
yeah,
doing this.
because I know some people. Why did you say that? You ruined it for me.
I mean, open your eyes and look. And if anybody's watched the first intro, they will know what that. Watch the intro, you'll know what the anime's about. Just
But what and then my argument
Oh.
to you was that if it went the other way, would it have been that big of a deal anyway? If it wasn't what you thought, it was
would
that
have been a
much a
totally
threat.
different anime for me then, and then I wouldn't see the point. It would twist every single element.
No, I don't feel that at all. To be honest,
I
with
don't
you.
know why you don't feel that, but I
No,
feel
I
that.
don't because see, funny that people listen. These guys are crazy, but basically, whether she was a ghost or if it was imagination, I think the anime was about the friends getting closure because the guy, no one else can see this girl except for this one guy, right? So if she's a ghost, she's a selfish bitch ghost
No,
because she
she's
won't
not,
even
because
have
that's
real
what happens in Ghost. As you're talking about, haven't you seen Fight Club? Anybody that has seen, I know, I don't even want to say the movie, but I have to. Ghost, the actual movie. That's what normally happens. That one person can see the ghost and nobody else can. That's a general thing. You don't get a ghost where everybody can see them.
But it's just I'm just saying that. Why do you have to assume that people need to know that off the bat when it might not go that way? And by the way, people we're not confirming it went either way. Because I would prefer you to watch it and find out yourself. Because what you got to understand is the friends are looking at this guy like you're crazy, you're hurting me. Why are you doing this? You know she's not real. You're just a fucking asshole.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is that, sorry to cut you again, but the thing is, yeah, that if one person sees a ghost, yeah, and you tell other people that you're seeing a ghost, the people are going to think you're crazy, yeah? That is the standard thing. But we are not looking at it because we can actually see her and we're looking at it from his point of view, yeah? And it's not one of them kind of twisted kind of animes anyway, yeah? You can see, to me, everything pointed towards her being a ghost.
What's one of your favorite Russell Crowe movies?
Oh, I don't know what one of my favorite was.
Yeah, you know where I'm going with this, isn't it? Isn't that film called A Beautiful Mind?
And
What's that film about again? What's that film
what's
about?
your point?
What's my point? And my point is, people don't have to be real for it to be a great film or to learn the lesson.
Fine, but we are looking. The fact of the matter is, you're not getting what I'm saying. Foundationally, from the day that I put that anime in, and I looked at the intro, yeah, from the first scenes and the situation that Jintai laid out, I felt that she was a ghost. Full stop. In A Beautiful Mind, yeah, the way that it was done in a way that it would make you think. At the end, you were kind of mind boggled thinking, oh my God, this guy's freaking crazy. But to me, not in this anime. This anime is so like black and white, straightforward, that I don't understand how you got confused to think that. But you know what I really think it is? I think it's because you are messed up in your brain and you just need everything to be so flipping crazy. When something so straightforward happens, you just think, when something normal happens, you don't think it's normal anymore. You just think, why? No, there must be another dimension to this. She must be a figment of his imagine.
I think it could have went either way. I don't think it would have hurt the story. It might have been a different story, but I just think it wouldn't have overall hurt the story.
I think it would have, and he would have ended up in a different place. It wouldn't have been healing for anybody. It would have been, who would have got healed from or had moved on from her passing if it had been that it was a figment of his imagination.
Okay, so anyway, people, I hope you didn't really try to suss out what's going on for the anime, because we had an argument before we even started. But let's just talk about what else is going on in the anime or how we feel about it. I really like the anime, man. It was a really good anime about loss and dealing with unresolved feelings and friendship and it was just really good. And the thing that me and Yachts are quivering about isn't like a deal breaker of the anime anyway. It's just I felt like it could have been a different anime, but it would have been a totally different anime if it went the way I wanted it to. Now I hope I haven't ruined the anime by saying these things to you people, because I know people just thinking you two are crazy, or Don Juan has lost his mind. But
Well, you have lost your mind.
well, you know, for what it was, and at the end, you know, how it turned out was obviously, to me, it was like, okay, it was obviously that, but it could have went the other way. That's all I was
So
saying.
now you're saying it was obvious that it was that, but it could have gone the other way.
How many times have I said it could have gone the other way?
No, but you didn't
That's
say it
what
was
I said.
obviously that. Now you're saying it's obviously what it is, but it could have gone the other way.
Okay, all right. You know what? You're right. I am changing my story, and you know what? When I watch anime, I try to stay neutral. I don't like you with movies. You do the same thing. You're always trying to suss it out from the beginning, and don't even try to lie and say that isn't what you do.
You know what? It comes naturally to me. I'm not.
Yeah, you're one of those people that don't like being tricked.
No, that's not the case. That's not
Really?
the case. No, it's that it comes naturally to me that I see where it's going. It's a gift. I'm sorry
It
you don't
comes
have the
naturally
gift.
to me.
You know what? I'm sorry that you don't have the gift, yeah, to just know that this is where something's going. But I do, and
I just can allow myself to watch a story without trying to figure out, you know, what the writer's doing. That's what makes it more fun.
I'm not trying to figure out nothing. I'm watching whatever I'm watching, and it comes to me. Oh, this is where it's going. It doesn't stop the enjoyment of me watching a movie or anime or anything. Or a series. I just think, oh, this is where it's going. Okay, let's see how this is going to pan out or how they're going to make this happen. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm always right. I'm just saying that most of the time you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe you're wrong.
No, that's why we don't watch anime and movies together, because you are too wrong and I'm always right and you're always wrong.
Yeah, just like with this, right?
Anyway, people, you know what? Like I said, this isn't a conventional review. It's a short anime, and what me and Nuance are bickering about isn't actually the quality of the anime. It's just how we perceived it. That's all. So, you know, I'm gonna give my rating. It's a really great anime. It really is. If you like drama, a bit of tragedy, a bit of romance, and it's not that long. It's only 11 episodes. You should really check this out, man.
Yeah, for me, I really liked the anime, and we're arguing about it, which is the fact that we're arguing about it at the beginning before we actually review it, and we haven't really reviewed it properly, if you ask me anyway, is weird, but...
Is there anything else you want to talk about? Because I don't really have much to say, apart from, you know, the synopsis and, you know, do you want to go more into detail about this? Because for some reason, with this anime, I really don't.
No, all I wanted to say is that certain things I liked about the anime is that when I'm watching a drama anime, the one thing I hate is love triangles that don't either get figured out or fixed quite soon. I can't stand pining women that pine for years or pining, it pisses me off. Just get on with it. And this anime just didn't have that on a level where it was aggravating to me anyway. And so, yeah, I thought it was a good anime. It was short. The animation, I really liked the animation as well. Scenery was beautiful. Obviously, it's a sub because it only came out last year. So, but the sub was good. I mean, what can I say? It's a sub in it, so I can't say it was good or bad. But it was easy to read. I wouldn't say there was so much dialogue that I kind of got confused or like, oh, this is too much for me to read or blah, blah, blah. So it's just a really nice, sweet, slightly funny anime. And I liked where it went. I liked what happened. And it pulled at my heartstrings at the end.
Yeah. I agree with everything you said. Except for the way you think about anime. I disagree with that completely.
What do you mean?
And that's our review for...
We haven't
Anohana.
a rating yet.
Oh, man. I'm such an asshole.
Right, I would give this anime I'm kind of struggling between solid B and first class. But I think I'm going to go high solid B.
Yep. I'm going to give it a solid B. Just a normal solid B. Because, what didn't I like about the anime? The animation there was something I don't remember. There was something about the animation I didn't really like. They were drawn weirdly, especially for their age. Some characters look better than others. Like the dead girl, I can't remember what her name was. She was drawn kind of strangely for me. I don't know. There was something that had a slenderness to them that made them look kind of off at times.
Well, the thing is with her is that she hadn't grown so much. Some of the characters were drawn slightly voluptuous and some weren't. Is that what you're talking about?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm just talking about the character designs, all of them. There was something about the way they were drawn that was slightly off to me.
Okay, I had no problem with that.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, and I saw it just last week. So, but anyway, people, we should really check it out. It's a really good anime drama, you know.
Okay,
and
hold on a minute. Hold on. What category? Come on, we're playing the what category game. That's our new game.
Yeah, I don't think we announced this last time, actually, people. Me and you want to playing a game now, and I think I'm going to write a blog about this. It's the demographics game. You know, when you watch an anime, you think you know what it is. You think you know what demographic it goes into. But you'll be surprised that after some research, going on Wikipedia or going on AnimeDB, you find out it's the wrong demographic. So let me ask you, Nuance, like we already spoke about this before, so let's not pretend we don't know. But what did you think this anime was before, you know, we actually went into research to find out what genre it belonged in?
To tell you the truth, I wasn't really thinking of the demographic. And then when I found out what it was, I was quite surprised.
So you never really guessed then?
I never really guessed. No, not with this one. I kind of just looked at it while I was just going through it. So it was a kind of surprise what it was. I knew it wasn't a josei anyway or nothing. And it just definitely wasn't a shoujo. So I guess it makes sense what it is.
Which is a...
Seinen.
Yes. Yes, I mean, the only reason I guess it was a seinen right off the bat is because death, the way it was focused on death, is very...
Or more kind of
lost death, and, you know, it's kind of extreme, and that takes it out of the shonen genre. And josei, to me, focuses more on slice of life and romance.
Yeah,
and slice of life and relationships.
Well, that's the reason why I was kind of thinking, is it a josei? Because obviously there is relationships in it, and there is the element of slice of life.
Well, like I said, I was a little bit surprised that the Eternity You Wish For, or Kimi na Gozu Ian, wasn't a josei.
I was slightly surprised, but then
I mean, it makes sense as a seinen, but
yeah, it makes sense. We spoke about that before, that it does make sense that it's a seinen, but it's always interesting looking at the demographics, because I think if you read a manga, you pick up a manga, it's easier for you to know what the demographic is. I think sometimes when you watch anime, it's more difficult.
I think we might, so we've got to move on to the emails, because I think we might have a question about something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really? Yeah.